at the risk of embarrassing him, I'm not going to do a Keir Starmer and write an open letter to my son and then put it on Facebook. I'm going to...
Because you're not mad.
God, what was he thinking of? If I do that, Ben would never talk to me again.
Rightly.
This is a fellow on Instagram who is talking about the reason why he beats his son in sport. Right?
My boys are getting stronger every week. Right now, they still lose to me at arm wrestling, running, everything. And they handle it well. A bit of banter, shake it off, come back for more. But I know what's coming. One day, probably sooner than I want, one of them will beat me. Not because I let them, but because they've actually surpassed me. And when that day comes, I won't do what my ego wants. I was tired. You got lucky. I taught you that. But I also won't fake it. They'll have to earn the win legitimately because empty victories teach entitlement and real victories teach confidence. Right now, I'm teaching them to lose with dignity, and soon I'm going to have to model the same thing. That moment when your boy realizes he's become stronger than you, that's not your defeat, that's your graduation from protector to mentor, from authority to advisor, from the strongest man in his world to the man who taught him strength. The key is making sure they earn it. And when they do, celebrating it without diminishing it, because my job was never to stay stronger than them. It is to make them strong enough that they don't need me to be.
And do you know what?
What?
It sounds mad at first, but what
Yes.
the bloke says actually makes an awful lot of sense. And he can be quite serious. I've looked at his account and he can be quite serious about stuff and quite intense.
Okay.
But he makes a really good point here. So Ben was 16 in the week. He's a big, strong bloke. And there's certain things that Ben could already wipe the floor with me in, right? Any academic subject, just about, he's going to beat me.
Why did you need to put that proviso in?
Well, because he's not going to be in every... Because I can write better than him. I'm a writer, mate. Because I can write better than him. Yes, science, yes. Maths, yes. There's 13 subjects. You can't give me one of the 13, can you?
I'm going to do something really heartfelt for my son. He can beat me in most academic subjects.
All right, 12 out of 13. But I kick his arse in English and he knows it.
Because you tell him.
There you go, 12-1, you div.
You big thicko. You're not going to beat your old man at this.
What I'm saying is, I'm proud of the fact that he's my job as a dad is for him to be, better than me. And in most things he is. Right?
Yeah.
But this is saying, like, he used to get his arse in his hand if I took things a bit too seriously, right? If we have around with stuff. But you shouldn't let your kids win stuff. You shouldn't let your kids win football
what
games
age?
or rugby games.
Why?
What do you mean why? Ever?
No, literally, I mean, why?
For all the reasons this bloke states, because you then don't know what real is, it's like when you blow smoke at a kid's asses when you're coaching them, right? If I tell a kid he's brilliant every time he plays rugby, then he thinks he's got nothing to work on, right? And then when he actually does play brilliant, I say, "Mate, that was brilliant." He says, "Oh, you've been saying that since I was 8."
My
No, but
son
this
is
time I mean it,
6,
though.
right? And he's very interested in rugby because he's fascinated how people get smashed into each other.
Yes, take him in the garden, smash him over.
He loves all that stuff. So we play his version because he won't let me teach him the proper rules. So we play the sort of game of rugby he's invented in the back garden. I could quite easily overpower my 6-year-old son.
Go on, then.
And you should.
I think it's a huge amount of fun. Because
Well,
he would never score a try.
No,
He's
I'm not saying. Obviously, you're going to be stronger than him, right? And have a bit
Ankle
of,
tap him.
Yeah.
On the way through, get him.
but I certainly wouldn't let my son win stuff. Like if I take him to cricket nets, or if he's working on a stroke, fair enough. But if I'm actually bowling to try and get him out, I'll try and get him out.
Yeah, he is 16 and sporty, though. I think
But
that's
he
different.
was just saying when he was 10 and sporty.
What about when he was 5 and sporty?
Well, then it's
Beamers.
different then, isn't it?
Beam him. Get it in the head.
Like a bouncer.
Well, they're like little kids, but when they're like when they're secondary school kids, you're not letting your kids win stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit different then, I think.
He beat me in chess now, right? 10 times out of 10.
Yeah,
Right.
Betty beats me at chess.
I used to beat him in chess, but I never let him win. But now he knows when he beats me in chess, he's beat me in chess for real. There's no
That's it.
He's better than me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I give enough of about winning anything, like to care whether. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I've heard Barry Hearn say this. So Barry would always
Yeah, but that
say
might
that when
might rub off on your kids not giving winning anything, and that's fine as well. I'm not saying they have.
that's
to
what I mean. But
give you,
essentially, it doesn't matter. So I don't mind that. But
yeah.
I think Barry Hearn's got your attitude, definitely. He said, I heard him, I can't remember what he was on. He was on some podcast I was listening to, and he was saying he's never let his grandkids beat him at table tennis, basically because they can't beat me at table tennis, so I'm better than them at table tennis. So they shouldn't have this false idea that they're good at table tennis or better than me.
100%.
And I think that there's a level of madness in there, but I also understand it theoretically. I get the
I
concept
remember
behind
interviewing the late great Ray Reardon, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Look, I've probably told the story before, but it's pertinent to this now.
Yeah.
And he was on about back in the day in the 70s and the 80s, you made most of your money from personal appearances. There wasn't huge money in. There was prize money at the top, but there wasn't huge money like there is now in snooker and those sorts of sport.
Yeah.
So snooker and darts players made a lot of their money on the circuit, right? And he was doing something in, I think, some Butlin somewhere, some weekend where, you played against Ray Reardon. I said at the end of it, he said, the organizer said, listen, Ray, there's a family here. Their son's 14, like he's the English sort of under 15 snooker champion. He'd love to have a game of just one frame of snooker with you. And it wasn't part of the deal, but Ray said, okay, yeah, all right. So the mum was there, the dad was there, the kids there, there's 14-year-old kids there, and it was packed out. He said, and I said, we didn't toss to Sue Brooke. I said, if you want to break, you can break. So the kid breaks, right? I said, what happened then? He said, I went up and I cleared up the table off the break, right? At which point, the kid storms off in tears. Mm. The dad has a f***ing Benny on him, and the mother's upset as well, right?
Yeah.
Right? And he said, what did he expect? I was the world champion. I'm not going to let him win. What's that teaching him?
Yeah.
I thought, right, Ray. What is it teaching him? I said, and he was like, then he goes to school and tells his friends that he's beaten the world champion. No.
I don't think you need to let
you have to earn that.
Yeah. I don't think you have to necessarily let him beat you, but have 2 shots. I think
why?
that's all right.
Well, earn it then. Play a better break.
Yes, or just go, that's not a very good break. What I could do now is clean up the table. What I'm going to do is let you have a second break and maybe learn from it, maybe aim here.
He did it for free, didn't he?
Yeah, I think
I'm not saying that Ray is wrong. I'm just saying that I think there's more than one. I was going to say there's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't think that's an appropriate phrase to use anymore. I don't think you should skin cats.
No.
But there's more than one way of doing these things.
Like I think with my dad, like I have never beaten my dad in golf. I'm 53 years of age. Mm. Because when I was a kid, he was better than me. Mm. In the bit where there might have been a golden period for a little while where I played enough golf to be okay, and maybe I'd have been in with the chance of beating Dad, but I didn't play him. And now I don't play enough, and my dad still plays all the time. And even if I did, he would beat me, even with him not playing particularly well, because I never play the game, right? So I've never beaten my dad in golf. I never beat my mother in golf. My mum used to beat me in golf. I used to be. That for a 14-year-old boy to lose to your mum is hard work, right? But mum was like, "Well, beat me then," and I couldn't. And she went and died, and I can't beat her now. Well, that's disappointing for me.
The ultimate win.
She's the ultimate win there. Yeah. So I just know, like with Ben now, in the summer, we have a bit of a wrestle. I'm trying to get him on the ground, right? Joking round. I can't get him on the ground now.
No?
No. How can I not? He gets his base so wide, he's got good strength. And I was fat and out of shape. But I think if I get in shape now, I think maybe I could get him on the floor, maybe.
Could you not just lie on him?
If I keep training, I'll jump out of bed.
If you fell on him, I reckon you'd win. Yeah.
Could you tackle him?
Yeah.
Would
If
he
he ran
not-
at me,
would
I'd
he
stick
outpace
him on
you,
his
though?
ass. Yeah. If he's running away from me, yeah. I couldn't tackle him from behind. I'd tackle him from the front, yeah.
Yeah.
Put him right on his ass. But one day I won't, and that'll be great as well. Be a mad reunion.
You know, at the end of the Maradona documentary, when he meets the boy who he didn't sort of recognise or acknowledge in the 80s
Yes.
when he's
Yeah.
at Napoli,
Yeah.
and the guy looks exactly like Maradona,
Yeah.
and then there's loads of cameras there, and he turns up at Maradona's door, and Maradona opens the front door, sees him, and then instantly gives him a big cuddle and a kiss. Imagine if Ben and Mike were out of contact after some dispute for
I'd never let that
20
happen.
years. And then in the reunion, Mike just tackles him and says, "See,
See, still got it.
still
can't
got
beat me."
it. It's strange after 20 years. I'm in my bloody 70s, still got it."
But wouldn't it be like if this bloke says your job is to prepare your son for that life, you know? And they're
Yeah,
not
I
stupid.
agree
Kids aren't
with
daft.
that.
That's the thing with kids; they're not stupid. They know when you've shitting them.
Yeah.
I remember talking to a mate of mine who was a good rugby player, whose coach as a youth player was my mate Simon Blanks. And he said, I loved Blanks as a coach. He was great when we were younger. But he never told me when I played shit. And I know when I played shit. Because kids, you know when you haven't had a good game. If your
Yeah.
coach still blows smoke out your ass, then you think, fuck off, mate. I know I haven't played well.
I don't think you need to blow the smoke up. You can still point towards positives because there are personalities who themselves push towards the negative, like me. I would know when I played badly. And
No, and I do that when I'm
would
coaching the
dominate
kids.
my thoughts.
I think I'm pretty good at that. I
Yeah.
think I'm pretty good at lifting the kids who are a bit maybe slightly more introverted or a bit more hard on themselves.
Yeah. But you can have a crap game and your coach can highlight, well, they can say, that wasn't very good today, but, you were running like a today and you got round the whole pitch.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
all
the scrum half on
bits
Sunday,
don't
he's a lovely kid. First two passes were awful, right? So after I just jogged on, put an arm around him, said, "Listen, mate, you know what a great passer you are. Everyone cocks up. Don't worry about it. Just play your normal game." And after that, it was fine, But
Exactly.
there's that, and there's but that's difference in. But then if I was having a passing competition against Ben, you'd beat me now off both hands, right and left hand, and kicking right and left feet, not a problem. But if it was like a tackling thing, I said, could I stick him on his ass? Yeah, I could stick him on his ass. Could he put me on my ass head on? Probably not. But I'm sure that'll happen at some point. But I'm not going to let him stick me. I'm not going to let him run through me, and I wouldn't stop when he tackled me. Because what's he learned from that?